Welcome back to the Pacifist in Bloodmoon, investigating the Nords of the Elder Scrolls 3 in anticipation of Skyrim. So right now I'm about here at the Imperial Fort on the island of Solstheim, and there's a sunstone over there just east of the river, a little bit north of where it meets the sea, and I've been sent by those Nords to investigate those stones. To try and restore the power of the Skull tribe, apparently. Now, what do we know about the Sunstone, anyway? I do have a tale somewhere. The story of Ava Stone Singer, and the first, let's see, when's the Lost Stone mentioned there? Is Walter the first one? Yes. And then Earth, and then Sun. I prefer to do this more or less in the order of when is the last one? Water is the first. That's all the way over there. And then Earth, and then Sun. I think while I'm here, I am gonna investigate the Sunstone. So let's see what the old stories can. Let's see what the old stories can tell us about the Sunstone. And here we go. After Ava has done something about the tree. Avad was tired, for the sun would only burn and the winds would not yet cool him. But he rested briefly in the shade of the trees. His legs were weary and his eyes heavy, but he continued on, travelling to the Sunstone. Again the Allmaker spoke. The gentle warmth of the sun is stolen, so now it only burns. Free the sun from the halls of penumbra. Oh, I remember those, I think. And so Avad walked west over the frozen lands until he reached the halls of penumbra. The air inside was thick and heavy, and he could see no farther than the end of his arm. Still, he felt his way along the walls, though he heard the shuffling of feet, and knew that this place held the unholy beasts who would tear his flesh and eat his bones. Well, that does not sound good. For hours he crept along until he saw a faint glow far at the end of the hall. There, from behind a sheet of perfect ice, came a glow so bright he had to shut his eyes, lest they be forever blinded. He plucked the flaming eye from one of the unholy beasts and threw it at the ice with all his might. A small crack appeared in the ice, then grew larger. Slowly the light crept out between the cracks, widening them, splitting the ice wall into pieces. With a deafening crack, the wall crumbled, and the light rushed over Avad and through the halls. He heard the shrieks of the unholy beasts as they were blinded and burned. He ran out of the halls, following the light, and collapsed on the ground outside. When he was able to rise again, the sun again warmed him, and he was glad for that. He travelled back to the Sunstone, where the Allmaker spoke to him. The gift of the sun and skulls once again will warm them and give them light. Okay, so it sounds... I like the sort of sneaking around part. But he plucked the flaming eye from one of the unholy beasts and threw it at the ice wall. Plucking a flaming eye from an unholy beast? I am okay with killing animals. I do wonder what kind of beasts these are. We'll investigate at least. I am really worried. if I have to kill a powerful unholy beast. My best fighting skill is hand to hand at 43, which is not the best, generally not the best skill, and plant weapon isn't that much more powerful, really. Not with my kind of weapons anyway, because I got, you know, stuff, basically, that's it. There are some really nice blunt weapons in Bloodmoon, so... but I don't have them yet. And won't for a long time. Nevertheless, I shall head out in this direction. Find this sunstone and figure out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, look at that nebula. Isn't it beautiful? I really love the skies in the Elder Scrolls. Really, really love them. It sort of gives this brilliant otherworldliness to the land as well. Makes it, you know, fantasy, like a completely different planet and stuff. So it's not just like our past or something like that. It really is a different planet. Okay, this is where the river flows out into the sea, I guess. Nobody here, that's good. Now I've got to make sure I don't miss the stone. It's on the eastern bank. At least it looks like that from the map. Let's see. Yeah, but way further inland. So I guess I'll just... looks like it's somewhere up there or something, so I'll just follow. Do my best to follow the river, I think. Oh yeah, and definitely save. Very important to do that often, considering how often this game has a way of crashing. Let's make a new save game, actually. Sandstone. Wow, it really blinds you, that blurry loading thing. I don't really like that. Let's go invisible. Don't know what it is that's not wants to attack me now, but let's hope he can't find me when I'm invisible. Those animals might be able to sniff me out, though. It sort of seems like they can. I'm straying too far from the river as well. How far over there? Should be around about here somewhere. That stone. Yeah, here we go. That's got to be it. No longer invisible. Activate. Go to the west and free the warm sun from the holes of penumbra. To the west, okay. This is roughly west. My journal, as I approach the sun shrine, magical writing appeared and it said, go to the west and free the warm sun from the holes of penumbra. You know, west can be so many places. Oh my gosh. Gotta find some way to turn that off. Okay, there's an animal down there. A wolf, I think, and some things over in that direction. It looks like there's some kind of cabin or something over there, and that stuff definitely looks like it's got a sort of western... There's a road westwards over there, so I'll try that. But I'll try cavern-y things first. It's halls of penumbra that... From the description anyway in Avard's story, it really sounded like that was somewhere... some dungeon or something. Now where did I find... Oh, there it is, it's on the other side of the river. Oh, hang on. That's something else, I think. Sneaking successfully though. Happy about that. Colvina's dwelling, that's something else. Nevertheless, I do think there's a Nord in here. Maybe she knows where to find the what's it called? Okay, I've entered someone's house, and I want to ask them for help. That's not the way to.
Wait. I
Sneaking
remember
around.
now. Enthusiast. That's it. She used to work as an enthusiast.
Say again? Hello, Colfina. Talk to me. You've got visitors, you've got a guest. Hello. Hello, stranger. I am afraid we met under tragic circumstances, for I grieve for the death of my husband, Gustav Two-Teeth. He was struck down in cold blood by a barbarian named Sigvatr the Strong over a foolish argument. Sigvatr the Strong was my husband's friend. Sigvatr and Gustav were drinking, and Sigvatr, he slew my husband where he stood. There were witnesses. I demand Weregild, the traditional retribution of my people. It is my right. Weregild? Weregild is the traditional Nord right of retribution. When a life is taken, that life must be accounted for. My Gustav is irreplaceable, but there must be compensation for his murder. I do not wish Sigvatr dead. I only want his family heirloom, the gem Pine Tear. Okay. Pine Tear is rather small and not very valuable, but it means much to Sigvatr. If I were to gain possession of Pine Tear, it would serve as a fitting payment for Gustav's death. Will you help me extract Weregild from Sigvatr the Strong? Okay, so the Nords have the tradition of paying Weregild or mangold for dead people, much like the Scandinavians of our world, I guess. And I like the fact, I mean, that is the non-violent way of solving a blood feud without actual blood vengeance, and that part of Nord tradition I can sort of understand and support. So you will have your retribution, Colvin. I will bring you the gem Pine Tear, and I hope to be able to do that without killing Gustav. May Mara smile on you, Philipita. Okay, you know Mara. So you're not so. So you at least you Solstheim Nords are not so unfamiliar with the Nine Divines then. Sigvatr the Strong is known to hunt near a formation of standing stones called the Altar of Thrond. It is northwest of here and just west of the Harstrad River. But be careful, Sigvatr wields a powerful magic hammer called Rammekal. Right, it can freeze a foe where he stands. It is the weapon that killed my sweet Gustav. Go now, when you have Pine Tear, bring it to me. Rammekal. Okay, cold means cold. Ramme, I guess in this context it means hit, so hit cold, something like that. And it can freeze a foe where he stands, so I guess it does, I would guess, frost damage and or paralysis. Both being kind of nasty, especially for someone like me who really can't withstand a lot of hits with a massive hammer before dying. Which is realistic, to be frank. Cool. Nevertheless, I was also looking for help, basically trying to locate those halls of Penumbra, but you don't. Doesn't look like I can ask you about them or the Sunstones or anything. Sigvatr the Strong hunts near the Altar of Thrond, northwest of here, right? So that'll be in this direction. I was going due west from in there though. And I wonder how far I have to go. Well, this is sort of northwest Altar of Thrond. I think once I find the Altar of Thrond, I'll get a map update or something. So that shouldn't be so hard to find. I was kind of looking for the Sunstone first, though. I'll save, though.